a group of 6 partner states comprising of Burundi, Kenya, Rwanda, South Sudan, Tanzania, and Uganda. It has its headquarters in Arusha. Why did the East Africa Community come together? The East Africa Community came together with a key purpose of creating growth perspectives and growth avenues for the region. Because the region has a lot of natural resources, very rich culture, and when it brings unity, because through unity we can create diversity, enhance growth, and create our economic development. The East African economy is the fastest growing economy. Why would I say it's the fastest growing economy? It is the fastest growing economy in Africa at a 7% growth rate due to the free trade and common markets that have been created through the East African community. Because the East African community, through the various bodies, through the various platforms it has created, it continues to enhance peace in the region, it continues to enhance capacity development, growth avenues, and structures that build and enhance common markets, regional development, and integration. We can say for sure we are in a season of COVID-19. Amidst the growth rate in this COVID-19, the economic growth has gone down to a 1.5% rate, which sounds like a downturn. But when we move to the other avenues that the economic growth and economic development for the East African community has, when we go back to what the East African Economic Forum is about, we create the drivers, we look at the economic drivers in the region. The economic drivers in the East African economy stand at infrastructure, investments, and natural resources. Let's talk about infrastructure. The East Africa community is building a railway from Kenya across the board that is going to enhance transport from across Mombasa Port, Indian Ocean to Burundi. That is an infrastructure resource that is going to make the region the best investment platform ever in Africa. When we look at the natural resources, because of culture, the East Africa continues to preserve its resources. Look at a country like Burundi. Burundi has all the rich natural resources from the mountains, from the culture that have not been tampered with. When we go back to other countries, they still preserve and keep their natural resources that are still yet a platform that reserves to be tapped into. Agriculture as a natural resource, it becomes an economic platform. How? It becomes an economic platform because it is a resource because the crops have not been tampered with. The region still produces agriculture from a natural perspective that can enhance economic development. Because when you look at the trees, when you look at the indigenous trees, there is a lot of resource for production of medicine and many other components that can enhance the economy. When we look at exports, the region itself, amidst the COVID barriers, when the COVID barriers are not there, the region itself enhances common markets. For example, I am in Burundi, I come from Kenya. It is very easy for me with the East African passport to transport myself from Kenya to Burundi, to Uganda, to Tanzania, because of what? The common markets and exports. So I can be able to manufacture and create a cottage industry in Kenya and be able to sell it across to the other nations because of the economic driving aspect of exports. Globalization through technology. The young generation has and is continuing to grow technologically. Technological development in East Africa is the fastest growing because right now as we speak, Kenya youth have developed an online personal Africanized Zoom. How is that a plus point? It's because they are discovering their technology and utilizing that technology, their skills and their talents, and developing aspects that can contribute to technological development. Which brings me back to innovation. Innovation has helped a lot because yes, we have cultural diversity. But let's be real, cultural diversity is a plus point that can be celebrated to enhance cultural integration, because to enhance peace, diversity, our different skills, our different talents, when brought together on a table, is a component that can produce quite a lot. Government policies. Government policies across the East African community are placed on one table because their headquarters is in Arusha. So the table of negotiation enhances policies that contribute to the growth of all the East African countries. Because each country has a real say on the table, because when they do not have a common ground, the economy will not grow. Climate change initiatives. Climate change initiatives. When you talk about climate change initiatives, like in Kenya, right now, the youth initiatives are all climate change driven. Let's talk about green energy, the green economy, the blue economy. These are the great drivers of climate change initiatives across the East African economy. Why would I say that? Because when you go back to agriculture, agribusiness, through value addition, these initiatives are the resource platforms that are helping young people to continue enhancing their cultural foods, crops, and growing with them by preserving them and enhancing climate change as initiatives for economic growth. Education and capacity enhancement. Education and capacity enhancement. Just as we have Summit International Institute in Burundi, and so are so many other institutions around the East African economy. Because in East Africa, people go to school, even night classes. And we are not talking about only night classes as educational platforms. We have community-based capacity enhancement programs. These community-based capacity enhancement programs continue to empower and build the capacities of the people in East Africa. Financial inclusion and cushioning. Financial inclusion and cushioning are platforms that are created by East African people, that are cushioned by the government, whereby people come together and contribute and create minimum mini banks, mini resource platforms that continue to cushion businesses, to cushion entrepreneurs, such that they don't have difficulty in growing their businesses. These are the economic drivers in the East African community. So when we think about East Africa, we think about the available things that are available. Because culture plays a big role in economic development as a component that influences connectivity, harmony, and growth. We can say culture is a diverse, we are Africans. We can say culture is a diverse thing, culture of black people. But when we look at the diversity and